Hello everybody! Welcome back to a brand new video. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today and I hope you are all doing well. As you guys know, last week we actually finished our Disney theme park advice videos. We did all 4, which I thought was insane. I know it doesn't seem like that much, but it is a very, very big accomplishment for me. I just feel like it's the first step to who knows what. So that series has been undone and I'm so happy with the end results of all of them and I hope you guys like them as well. But I feel like we need to do a new kind of Disney video today. So today I thought we would talk about Disney water parks and I would do a Blizzard Beach by Typhoon Lagoon comparison. Disney water parks are probably the smallest parks they've got out of all their parks, so I don't think they need their own video as such, so I'm just going to compare both of them and talk about them and tell you maybe what one's more suitable for you. They are both really great and the theming behind them is honestly amazing. So yeah, this is kind of going to be like a Disney theme park advice video, but not really, but it's going to hopefully follow the same sort of vibe. So without further ado, let's get into this video. First of all, can we just comment on my hoodie? This hoodie is insane. I got this from H&M when I was in Florida a couple years ago and I just think it is so cool. Honestly, you would think it's a Disney one. It's even got a little embroidered Mickey there. But anyway, let's get on to this video. So before I start talking about either park in particular, I just want to tell you guys to be aware of the park's opening and closing hours. Usually they're only open from 10 till 6. Sometimes Typhoon Lagoon has H2O glow parties which are on in the evening, which you're able to go to. However, they are an extra cost. They're not included in your ticket. But yes, I think it's just important to note that the parks are open for a considerably shorter amount of time compared to the rest of the parks on Disney property. Also, in the colder seasons of the year, they only open one park up at a time. I can't think of these times in particular, but if you're going to Florida in the autumn to winter time, they will probably only have one of the 2 water parks open, which is important to note because you don't want to drive there and then just be sat in an empty car park and not be able to go in. So yeah, just to save yourself a bit of time, make sure you know what one's open and closed because they do tend to do that just for refurbishment and cleaning. They just keep one closed and sort it all out and then do the next one. Parking for both Disney water parks as well is free, which is amazing. You can choose your own space. You don't have someone giving you a designated space and you don't have to pay for it, which is also incredible. Although Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach are both very good water parks, I feel like they are incredibly different parks and made for different sorts of people and different sorts of families and groups that are going. So I thought this video would be quite beneficial to just list you through what each park's like and what you need to kind of expect when you're going there and what sort of day you're going to have when you're there. Blizzard Beach is a park that is designed as a water park which is in the middle of a snowstorm, so everything's designed like you're in Alps or somewhere very, very cold. There's a lot of log cabins just to make you feel like you're in the middle of a very cold place even though you're in Florida and it's boiling hot. There's even a ski lift there which takes you up to some of the attractions, which is really, really cool. And overall the theming for Blizzard Beach is just amazing. Compared to Typhoon Lagoon, there is definitely more rides here and more stuff to do if you're a very active group of people that are going on your trip and you want to always be doing stuff. There's not a lot of places to just sit and chill and everything is very spread out, so that involves a lot of walking, but still there is a lot of stuff to do and there is a lot of rides to go on, and the rides at Blizzard Beach in my personal opinion are much better than what is at Typhoon Lagoon. Like I said earlier, the park does seem to be very spread out. Not everything seems to be particularly close together. A way I like to try and resolve this issue is by taking the lazy river round to each place I want to go. That's a lot easier way to travel to places and it's a lot more relaxed way. You don't even have to move really, just sit on one of your rubber rings and just go on your way. You get to where you need to be, but it is a really useful way to get around the park as it is a direct way to every stop where the attractions are. I feel like Blizzard Beach's main focus are their rides and attractions in the park, as there are quite a lot of them and they are really good and really fun. But however, that means there isn't a lot of places to sit, and the main pool that they have at Blizzard Beach is very small and very crowded. They also do have rubber rings in the pool, which I don't think helps at all because it just means that people are bashing into each other everywhere and no one's got much control. I find it very stressful to go to Blizzard Beach. I normally only ever go to Blizzard Beach when I want to ride the rides. I would never go there just to sit and try and relax on the beach, but I know many people do like to do that when they're going to a water park for the day. They do like to just sit and chill, like almost like they are on a beach, and I don't really think Blizzard Beach is the place to do that. I would much rather prefer going to Typhoon Lagoon if that's what I was intended to do that day. Another interesting thing Blizzard Beach has is they actually have a mini golf outside of of where the entrance to Blizzard Beach is, which is completely free. It's included with your ticket, and there's actually 2 separate courses there, so you can play it twice. Or it's just a really fun thing to do, especially when it's getting a bit hotter in the day, maybe if you want to take some time out, and it's never particularly busy there either. So it's a really good and different thing to do, especially when it's included with your ticket. Why would you not go and play mini golf? Yeah, if you're ever caught out and don't know what to do, go and try the mini golf, especially if you're already in Blizzard Beach. You might as well do it. You don't have to go and drive anywhere. It's literally outside where you already are. So give that a go if you get fed up of Blizzard Beach or just want to try something different. The last thing I'm going to mention on Blizzard Beach, which is exactly the same for Typhoon Lagoon or any water park you're going to be visiting in Disney, is that you must pack flip-flops and have shoes that you don't mind getting a bit wet in the water, because in Florida the tarmac gets extremely hot and so does the sand. It is just ridiculous heat and it burns your feet so much, and I don't want you guys to go through that pain. So just put a pair of cheap flip-flops in that you don't mind getting sandy, you don't mind getting wet in the water. They will protect your feet and you will be thankful, because it is the worst having to run through the tarmac to get to different places, especially for Blizzard Beach, because there's not much shade there. There's not much shaded areas, so everywhere is just extremely hot. I find Typhoon Lagoon much more of an easier park to visit and be at when I'm there. I really enjoyed Typhoon Lagoon. I feel like it's got a much chiller vibe. Typhoon Lagoon is basically based off a paradise beach which has been hit by a typhoon, so everything's been destroyed and is ruined, and the theming for Typhoon Lagoon is honestly insane. I love it so much. Their main feature at this water park is their wave pool, which is in the center of the park, and all the rest of the attractions and everything you need to get to and know about is based around the main wave pool. So it's really easy to get to everywhere you need to go and nothing's particularly far away, which I really like, especially because if you're going for a beach day, you want it to be chilled, you want it to be relaxed, you don't want to particularly do a lot of strenuous work. You just want to get to places quickly and do a few things. So I think that's really nice of Typhoon Lagoon, and at this place you can literally just sit and sunbathe all day and you don't feel like you're in anyone's way, or you know, it just feels natural and it just feels right to do that. Whereas Blizzard Beach, I feel a bit like that's not what you're meant to do there. There's also more shaded areas here, which is great as well, especially if you have young kids, and it's a lot easier to make a base and be able to stay there for the whole day. They also have loads of great food. You can get cocktails there. I'm pretty sure you can get cocktails at Blizzard Beach as well, but I've never had them there. And they also do a funnel cake at both parks as well, which is insane. I love a funnel cake. You can get it in Epcot as well, I believe, but I always get it at the water parks because it is the dream. Sitting in the sun, eating your funnel cake, it's amazing. My last tip for Typhoon Lagoon is to not spend too long in the wave pool. My sister, funnily enough, was with me one year and we were spending tons of time in the wave pool, and she was throwing herself into the waves and she actually ended up getting a bad chest from doing so. And I think there can be a lot of incidents that happen with the wave pool. It can't be too good doing too much of. So just make sure you don't wear yourself out, because it is very easy to do that. If you still want to be in the water but not necessarily jumping into the waves anymore, there are actually benches located right at the back of the wave pool, and I love sitting on them. If you just sit on them, then the wave comes and it splashes up against you. It's really nice when it's boiling hot, as you do get that little splash of water every so often. Not to mention you get so tanned when you're sat there as well. It seems that the light is just beaming on you when you're there, and obviously you're getting the reflection from the water as well. So if you're looking for a good tan, go sit at the back there, and it's really fun to watch people just enjoying themselves as well in the water. But that's all I've got to say really for Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach. I'm sorry this video wasn't particularly long. I don't feel like there's much to say about them, but I hope I've described how different a park each of them can be and given you a bit more understanding. The best way to go and find out about them is to just go and experience them yourself. They are both really great parks, but for different reasons. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and leave a comment in the description of what your favourite water park in Disney is and what your favourite thing about it is and why you enjoy going there. I would love to hear it. Also, let me know if there's anything I should try when I next go to Disney and what I should do. I would love to hear that as well. Again, thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, because there will be lots more to come out. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!